This Week in Gaming! Welcome in, everybody. It's April 6th, 2026. But I just loaded up Kerbal too late. Mo said to start the gaming news, and we're gonna start the gaming news. We're gonna start off with some wins and fails. We got Garbage Galaxy, pulled patent, Anti-AI, that's a tongue twister, Future Fantasy, and Costly Consoles. Let's start off with our first fail of the week. Let's go right into it. The fail goes to Mario Galaxy movie reviews. So Super Mario Galaxy has been hit with a abysmal critic review rating, despite having strong user ones, sitting at 42% certified rotten. This movie has been panned by critics. Despite all of that, it appears to be a massive success in the box office for Universal Pictures, making a huge $34.5 million opening day and beating out Project Hail Mary's $33.1 million record for the year. The total worldwide box office is currently at $327 million. Bad reviews don't seem to be stopping this film's success when there's glue-eating children willing to fill seats. It's crazy because it's got an 89% positive user review, which is like actually just insane. I don't even I don't even think it deserves that at all. Cry, for fuck's sake. I kind of want to play Kerbal too. I got what I want. Mo's happy. Let me open up Steam real quick. Do we have Kerbal installed? I don't. 4 gigs are needed. What do I have space on? Let's do here. All right. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know if I was really excited to see this movie. I kind of don't want to see it anymore. Sniff the hot glue. I will. But it's the hot glue isn't the kind that gives you the funny brain feeling. Shit film, give me Rocky. I know, like, it's kind of crazy that this beat out Project Hail Mary, because Project Hail Mary is an arguably better movie in every conceivable notion. This movie apparently doesn't even have Rosalina in it, who's pictured in the background, you know, the namesake of Mario Galaxy. She's in it like for 2 scenes apparently, and then never again. So she doesn't actually play a role in the movie, which is crazy. But I mean, the money that they made is insane. So who cares, I guess, right? As long as they're making money. It seems like it's just absolute slop. And it's crazy that the people that made the Minion movie would make slop. I don't know how that happened. That's so strange. Project Hail Mary, yeah, it's a really popular, really good science movie that came out. It was phenomenal. But yeah, this movie is probably good if you're 10 and you don't have like object permanence yet. Like, it's probably a great movie for you, but from what I hear, it's just like it's not a good movie. Unless you just really like ADHD Jingling Keys the movie. Stare. Anyways, let's go to a win. Let's give a win to somebody, and that goes to Nintendo for having their patent revoked, or I guess to us for Nintendo having their patent revoked. The United States Patent and Trademark Office has revoked Nintendo's patent on summoning creatures in a game. Who would have thought that would be like kind of like a generic thing that other games have already done? The reason is for prior patents from Konami, Tora, Motokura, and Bandai Namco already existing for the same feature. So there's already other companies that have literally done the same thing. I think 2 of these are also studios under Nintendo. So it's crazy that the Pokemon company is trying to patent something that 4 other companies have already patented. Nintendo will now have 2 months to fight this judgment and may seriously hamper their attempt at killing any competitors like Palworld. Obviously they're going to they're going to try to fight this. Of course they are. But this was a really rare instance where the patent office didn't do this on behalf of another complainant. Like, sometimes you'll have another company complain that someone patented something that they created, and then it goes to court and it's like a whole thing. This was the director at the US Patent Office. He just did this himself, and this is very rare. This almost never happens. I'm not quite sure what the motivation was, if it was like political or not, but it's kind of a W, honestly. Like, this guy just saw like how fucked up their patent was and just said no. So now they have to fight it in court. Finally, some really good news on good. On God? Okay. I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say. So yeah, I thought this was cool. Hopefully this helps Palworld win their lawsuit, but they still have their patents in Japan. So, and Palworld is also a Japanese company, so that's gonna still be fought out in the Japanese court system, and we'll see how that goes. Obviously, I think that like really generic features should not be able to be patented. This is fucking stupid. Could you imagine if you could patent like having characters in a game, or like walking, or using WASD as controls? Like, this is stupid. What are we talking about? Well, whose idea was it to allow a company to patent the idea of summoning a creature to fight for you? Like, so many games have already done this too, like Persona. It's just very stupid, very, very stupid, very dumb, very ridiculous. And I'm glad that the patent office actually put their foot down for once and did something right. Hopefully Nintendo doesn't win any further judgments in their favor. Fuck them. So, moving on to our next fail. Fired for anti-AI sentiment. Luke Dickin, head of Take-Two Interactive's AI division, was fired, and possibly the rest of the team with him. This is a strange outcome, as Take-Two has expressed their desire to further use generative AI for making games. This is the company behind GTA, by the way. CEO Strauss Zelnick has also stated there are limitations of AI. So on the other hand, their CEO is also saying that the notion that somehow new tools would allow an individual to push a button and generate a hit and bring it to millions of consumers around the world, it's a laughable notion. It's just never been the case with entertainment. So he does seem to understand the value of having art created by humans. So maybe that was why maybe that's why he was fired. It's also possible that the kind of backlash that these companies are getting, it's like saying Voldemort's name when it comes to AI. It might be just more beneficial to fire them when you're doing, downsizing than firing other people. Because a lot of people aren't going to be pissed off when you let go an entire AI division. He looks like a Discord mod. He really does. Not gonna lie. Which this kind of flips it the whole strategy on its head, because a lot of people have been trying to work in like the AI divisions to try to avoid losing their jobs. Because obviously if you're working on the thing that's replacing other people's jobs, then you'll keep your job. But that doesn't even seem to be the case. So there's no like right or wrong way. Like this guy, if he had stayed working, because he actually had worked at like Zynga or whatever, like the mobile game that the mobile developer that Take-Two picked up. If he had just stayed doing like game development, he might still have his job. It's really difficult to say like, is pivoting towards an AI job in the company a good idea or a bad idea? Traditionally it would have been a good idea because those are the people that aren't getting fired, but now they are, so who knows? Probably has a Discord kitty. Fucking god. He's sitting there, he's like, come on, Discord kitty. Wait, how do they fuck? Discord kitten. Where's my kitten? Like, how do you do the Discord voice, the Discord mod voice? Come here, kitten. Fuck. It's truly disappointing that I have to share. Okay, so this is his quote on being fired. It's really disappointing that I have to share with you that my time at Take-Two and that part of my team has come to an end. We've been developing cutting-edge technology to support game development now for 7 years. These folks know how to match innovation and novel problem-solving approaches with strong product design chops to create systems that empower people throughout the development workflow. That honestly sounds like nothing. It sounds like he wasn't doing anything. That is like the most corporate response I've ever heard in my life. These folks know how to match innovation and novel problem-solving approaches with strong product design chops to create systems that empower people throughout the development workflow. It sounds like that. You can say that about any middle manager who does nothing at a company. That is the most nothing burger of a statement I've ever heard in my life. Maybe he deserved to be fired, honestly. Maybe this is a win. I don't fucking know. Let's go on to an actual win. which goes to the new Lord of the Rings game. Czech game developer Warhorse Studios, best known for making Kingdom Come Deliverance, has landed a massive new project, Lord of the Rings. They will be reportedly developing a $100 million third-person open-world RPG with realism like their previous games. It makes sense since Warhorse is owned by Embracer Group, who also owns the Lord of the Rings gaming IP. So, I mean, it's all going to be in-house here, with, I think, a $1 billion or $100 million investment from like a Dubai investment group or something like that. So it's got Saudi money in there or something like that. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, what game doesn't nowadays? So this is kind of this would be really cool. You get like a gritty, realistic Lord of the Rings style game, kind of like Kingdom Come Deliverance. It makes sense. Like you already have this really established studio that's made 2 hits now with Kingdom Come Deliverance, like really in-depth RPG elements. They seem to be good at what they do. You give them $100 million and tell them to do the same thing with Lord of the Rings, and that just seems like it would be a pretty good idea. I don't see this not working out. It's not like when Disney hired Ubisoft and EA to make Star Wars games, 2 companies that literally couldn't be fucked to make anything good. This is a company with a proven track record in the exact genre that they're going to be making a game for. So I see this working out pretty well. I guess time will tell, but even if they just use the exact same engine that they used for Kingdom Come Deliverance, like it just seems like a W. So I feel like that was our strongest win for today. Let's go into our final fail, going to the console price increase. This week, PlayStation price hike is going into effect, with the average cost increasing by $100 or as high as $150 for the Pro version. It's never been more expensive to buy a modern console. This trend does not appear to be slowing down either, as companies are already reportedly planning on hiking prices for next-gen consoles prematurely so that they won't have to do it again in the future. So PlayStation doesn't like this idea of like constantly coming back to the drawing board, be like, okay, we're increasing the PS5 by $50. Okay, we're increasing it by $100. They're just going to increase it by like $500 right off rip, and then like if prices go down for the components, and then good, they can run a Black Friday sale and still make money. But they're just gonna hike the fucking price up for next gen like crazy. So this would likely make the next generation $1,000 at the minimum. At the minimum, next gen consoles are going to be $1,000 or more. The option to do sales, if competing components prices come down, will always be there. But we're probably looking at $1,000. I think they're trying to look ahead, and they're trying to just bake in these high prices from the beginning. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't know a whole lot of people who are either able to or comfortable with spending $1,000 on a video game console. It's just typically not what people like to do. And here we actually have the price changes. So PlayStation 5 digital is going from $500 to $600. PS5 disc version is going from $550 to $650. The PS5 Pro is going from $750 to $900. So the PS5 Pro is already almost at that $1,000 price point. And then the new Xbox Helix is also expected to be over $1,000, maybe like $1,200. It's actually insane. I'm gonna make a custom console with Bazite. Good luck. I don't imagine that'll go well. I think I don't think that there's any winning here with the current price of components, with like RAM and SSD prices. I don't really expect anybody would be able to make a cheaper console. Even the Steam machine is being delayed because they're not capable of sourcing the parts. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. The major hurdle is the expensive, part costs. But it's kind of like I don't like how rigid some of these price models are. Like when it comes out as $1,000, even if the prices for RAM go down, it's gonna stay $1,000. They just might, run more sales occasionally, but it's still gonna have a base price of $1,000. It just means like on Black Friday or like Labor Day sales, it's gonna be $900. It's just stupid. Then again, people spend $1,000 on iPhones all the time, so maybe the future is just like either renting these consoles, like leasing them, or like getting them on credit. Maybe that's what people will start doing. They'll if you want to get a new PlayStation for little Timmy, you gotta get a fucking loan out. Crazy. Definitely going in the wrong direction with console prices. You would think over time they would get cheaper and more efficient, but that's just not the case. Just no, bad idea. I didn't say it was a good idea. I never said it was a good idea. I just said it's probably where people are going to be heading. Because I don't expect people to stop playing video games or stop wanting to play video games. People are going to still buy PlayStations. It's just gonna literally cost them an arm and a leg. Got the badge. Of course, Zen loves this idea. You got the badge? Did I get the badge? Why am I still timed out? Watch to earn drops. When do I get drops? Am I gonna get fucking banned again for commenting literally anything? Why is literally no one else getting... This guy said nomination a million times. Why am I the only one who gets timed out in this fucking chat? That's ridiculous. And I would know if they're getting timed out because it would show up red. It shows me anytime someone gets timed out. What the fuck? Dude, this is stupid. I feel targeted. Hover over your logo and it will tell you.
I love you, bitch.
Oh!
I ain't gonna never stop loving you, bitch.
Thank you, Mo, for gifting a sub to Parzival. That was really nice of you. Hover over the... Broadcast? Oh, he said ads. Hover over the logo and it'll tell you. It'll tell me if I hover over the NASA logo. Oh my gosh. Windows, please. Doesn't tell me shit. I guess I'll get it at some point. No, you're one under subscription. It says drops and rewards. What? Top right? Oh, drops and rewards. 23% towards science and technology drops on NASA. Holy shit, why am I a million miles away? I'm further away from getting this badge than the fucking actual Artemis 2 is from us. That's crazy. I've had this up for like an hour now. Anyways, moving on. Disney is planning to buy Fortnite. Let's go! Disney is reportedly interested in buying Fortnite developer Epic Games outright. They have already invested $1.5 million, or sorry, billion with a B dollars into the company, but may be investing or interested in acquiring more. There's internal division at Disney, however, as some think it's a bad idea. However, they also have a strong incentive as they could make a Fortnite theme park attraction, and they would also own Unreal Engine, a tool that has become essential in filmmaking like in The Mandalorian. Tim Sweeney may also be a big obstacle as he's very attached to the company and seemingly unwilling to let it go. Also, Tencent owns about 40% of the company, so they'd also have to like still be neighbors with Tencent. Oh no, this might be a good idea. They might kill it. I could really see a Fortnite theme park existing in Disney. That makes a lot of sense to me. Disney owning Epic would also be very good for them, I think, overall, because they don't have a whole lot of gaming assets. So owning Epic, which is such a huge, like, they have Unreal Engine, is just crazy. But you're right, like, Disney, anything Disney touches turns to shit. Like, they ruin literally everything. So I don't know if I would really want them to own Epic, especially because Epic Game Store is a major competitor to Steam. It's probably the only competitor to Steam. Unreal Engine is a competitor to Unity. Like, these things are important. It keeps balance in the Force. And we all know how Disney treats the Force. They fucking ruined Star Wars. So I actually don't want them to touch Epic at all. I think beneficially, it's best if we stop having everything owned by one company. I mean, Disney already owns, and I guess this doesn't matter for you guys being European, but Disney owns literally like half of the news organizations in America. So they control what we can see on the news. They control our actual internet because they own Comcast. Like, Disney already has so much control over us. I really don't want them to control our game development as well. Buy Fortnite, leave Epic. Maybe they'll just buy Fortnite. Honestly, that wouldn't even be a bad idea. I don't think Epic would ever sell Fortnite though, because I mean, Fortnite is Epic Games at this point. Like, it's their cash cow, it's their golden goose. It's the only thing keeping them alive. Epic actually might not be a company today if it wasn't for Fortnite. A lot of people don't realize this, but Epic has not always been like the giant it is today. Like, there have been times where they've had struggles, right? I mean, Fortnite was a disaster when it first launched. If things didn't go better, they could have gone the Ubisoft route. They could have been like a shell of its former self on life support. But they didn't. They got really lucky and they made a battle royale that was really stable and really fun, and kind of pushed the genre forward a bit. They got really lucky there. They might need to make something original. They don't do that. Original like a new original skin in Fortnite? Is that what you mean? Like a new Travis Scott skin? Is that what you mean by original? Because if you're not talking about that, I don't think they understand what you're saying. I don't think that makes any sense to the upper brass at Epic. I don't think you're speaking their language. Anyways, moving on to our next story. Linux growing, Windows dying. Steam hardware survey has revealed that a stunning shakeup in the PC OS market. Linux's market share has jumped 3.1% this month to total 5.33%. It was like like the last since December or something, like, or since the beginning of the year, it's jumped 3.1%. And this is the highest it's ever been, and was around 1% just a few years ago. On the other end of the spectrum, Windows fell by 4.28%, down to 92.3%. This may not seem like a big deal, but it indicates a possible change in trends with gamers moving away from Windows to Linux. A quarter of these Linux users come from SteamOS, so it's possible that future Valve hardware can also further bridge this gap. It seems like there's a little bit of blood in the water coming from Windows, and every single time I talk to a gamer, they seem to express interest in the idea of switching to Linux. I think a lot of people are really interested in switching to not only a free OS, but an OS that doesn't have a bunch of bloatware and garbage on it. You know, it'd be really nice to have an OS that doesn't come with McAfee installed pre PC buy. I still want to. I do too. I would like to switch to Linux, not for permanent sake, mind you. I'll probably still use Windows for gaming, but I would love to just have like a dev PC on Linux. That'd be really nice. I've already, used a lot of Linux with my Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is awesome. I really like it. I think it works pretty well. Yeah, it just seems like something that's worth learning and worth switching to. Overall, I can't imagine Windows being a place that I stay on for long. Anytime I have a chance, I always use my MacBook instead of Windows. I really do not like Windows. Everything about it frustrates me. From the way that Microsoft imposes like Copilot or the 365 apps that don't work, to the fact that like nothing has changed since like Windows 98. Like, it's literally, it's so the crazy thing about Windows is it's literally Windows 98, Windows Vista, all the other previous versions. It's all those versions. It's the original Windows with new layers of code and like more spaghetti code overlaid on top of it. It's just like, it's literally upgraded versions of the original Windows. And they've never changed anything about it. It still uses the garbage PowerShell. The command prompt is still broken. The search tool doesn't work well. Finding files or sorting files doesn't work. It's still extremely easy to get viruses, to get hacked. It's just a terrible, terrible platform. And now we're having, every single update, we're losing 5, 10, 15% of our gaming performance. If we weren't on Windows, if we were on a truly optimized platform, all of our FPSs in games would skyrocket. It's just frustrating. It's a terrible platform. It's bad, and I don't want to be on it anymore. I don't like Windows. I don't like green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. We don't talk about Windows 8. I liked Windows 8, to be honest. It was janky and trash, but I liked the style. I liked the I'll admit I did like the grid system that they had, like the little Windows menu. I want to build a mini PC with Linux on it, but then at that point I might as well buy a Steam Deck again. Yeah, I kind of want to make I already have a Steam Deck. I want to make a mini Linux PC as well. I actually have one that's like ready to go. I just need a drive. I just need to get a drive, but I wanted to get an M.2 SSD, and they're so expensive right now, so I'm just waiting for the prices to come down. As soon as I can source a reasonably priced M.2 SSD, I'm building a Linux PC. I've already got it ready. Anyways, that's enough about Linux. We'll talk about anything Microsoft makes my blood boil. I hate everything that they make. I hate everything that they touch. I don't like Xbox. I don't like I don't like Teams. I don't like the way that they talk. I don't like the way that they walk. I think they're whack. Their haircut's whack. Isn't the Steam Deck sold out? It is. You cannot buy a Steam Deck anymore unless you get it from a third-party market. Moving on to Marathon is dying. We got Windows dying. We also got Marathon dying. Marathon has seen its Steam player count drop by a stunning 59% in just about a month. While the numbers are still good for an indie game, Sony bought Bungie for $3.6 billion, expecting huge returns on Marathon. So that's not good. That is like DEF CON is higher numbers more severe? Is it DEF CON 4? Is that severe or is it DEF CON 1? I don't know. It's DEF CON. One issue with player retention is that the game is difficult to learn and very competitive. Casual gamers do not appear to be sticking with the game. Considering Steam is the most popular platform for the title, this is a dire situation and may lead to a disaster if things don't change soon. One is very, very, very bad. Who could have guessed? What are you talking about? I mean, look at this player count. Fucking 31,000 peak in a day. This is a month after the game came out, by the way. I mean, Arc Raiders isn't doing that great either. Arc Raiders, player count has been dropping, but they still have 125,000 people playing right now. That's more than Marathon had in its peak. I mean, yeah, it's dropping, but they're still at over 100,000 people playing. Marathon, a month in, can't even, like, they're almost, like, 10% of that. DEF CON 1? Oh, I see, okay. Yeah, they're at DEF CON 1. Okay, I need to go now. I need to get up early tomorrow. Bye, Mo! Thanks for the gifted sub, and thanks for stopping by and hanging out. We love to see you. Can't wait to see you again, dude. Zen, upload the VODs early. Alright. I'll upload it early. Anyways, just a big L. Just a big L from Marathon Bungie. I honestly, and I mean this very sincerely, if something doesn't change like by next month, if this trend continues, Bungie might be dead. Bungie might I don't know, like, I wouldn't say that they're dead per se, but a lot of them are getting fired. It's gonna, like, they're going skeleton crew mode. Like I don't see their capacity to make another game happening anytime soon. They're just gonna go to skeleton crew mode that keeps up with Marathon, assuming Marathon doesn't get shut down in the next month, or a skeleton crew to work on Destiny. Which, let me see. Let me just check Destiny 2 player counts. And the reason I think this is bad is because we already know that Marathon sold better on Steam than it did on any other platform. So if it looks like this on Steam, you better believe it looks like blood in the water on PlayStation and Xbox. Oh, you cannot be so for real right now. You actually cannot be so for real right now. Destiny 2 is at 8,000 people playing it right now. Dude, this game is dead. This game is flatlining. Holy shit. Dude, look at this curve. Dude, they were gonna shut down the game like when it had higher numbers than this. This is literally chum in the water. There's sharks swarming. I saw somewhere that they wanted to make Destiny 3. I did see that too. I don't think that that's happening. I think they're all getting fired and they won't have the capacity to make Destiny 3. I do not see them getting another chance for a second Marathon. Sony is already very wary of failed live service games that cost a lot of money. I don't see Sony sticking with Marathon. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if Bungie wants to do it. It doesn't matter what Bungie wants to do. Sony paid $3.6 billion for a studio that can't keep more than 50,000 people playing all of their games at a given moment. Like, that is death. That is cancer. That is going to destroy the studio. I don't know what Sony has planned, but I can't imagine it's anything less than like 90% layoffs. Most likely more like they're looking at total studio shutdown at this point. Like, genuinely, I would say that this is like DEFCON 1. They need to double, triple, quadruple this player count if they want to survive another year under Sony's care. Sony's already started firing people. It's just dude, it's just crazy. It's just insane. So yeah, I guess the thing is, I don't see them coming back from this. I think this is GG's. I think this is a rip for the studio. Not that it really matters, because I love Bungie, but no one that made the Bungie games that I like even still work there. Like, even Destiny, like Destiny 2, I really liked Destiny 2, but all the people that made Destiny 2, how cool it was, like the Forsaken DLC and stuff like that, like none of those people work there anymore. They've all been fired. There's that one CEO that left in disgrace because he fired a bunch of people after spending like $1 billion on cars. Like, fuck the entire executive class at Bungie. They've ruined the studio. It's literally a carcass being picked at by vultures at this point. And then fucking Sony bought that carcass for $3.6 billion and are shocked that they're not getting a return on their investment. Like, obviously, so stupid, so incredibly stupid. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Sony just rips the IPs from the studio and shuts it down. Shuts down Bungie and then has a different studio make Destiny 3. That would probably be their best. If I were Sony, that's what I would do. I would shut down Marathon tomorrow. I would shut down Marathon tomorrow, and I would close Bungie, and then I would have a better studio that because they have plenty of studios to choose from. I would have a better studio work on on Destiny 3. Fuck, I might even have the Helldivers team work on Destiny 3. Dude, you know what's crazy too? I guarantee you Warframe has a better player count right now. I guarantee you Warframe, the free... by the way, Destiny 2 is free to play as well. The free to play competitor, holy shit. Yeah, where did the player count go? They have 64,000 people playing. It's Warframe, the free to play indie game, has more people playing their game than Destiny 2 and Marathon combined. Fuck, dude. It's over. It's over. We're talking about a $3.6 billion company. That would go crazy. I saw somewhere they wanted to make, I've been playing Minecraft more and more often. Big hammer, go boom. don't know what the fuck. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anyways, moving on. I just want to talk about that kind of dire situation that I wanted to bring up. I also want to just be right, because when this inevitably blows up and everyone's like, I can't believe they shut down Bungie, I'm gonna be like, I said so. But who knows? Maybe they make such a cool update. Maybe they make a battle royale like Fortnite did, and it brings it back, and we have the golden age of Bungie. I don't see that happening, but maybe it does. It would be really cool if I were going to save, say I work at Bungie, maybe I'm in charge of Bungie. I need to turn the ship around and save it. What I would do is I would make a multiplayer co-op mode where you play in a roguelike kind of situation. You get like a pistol to start off with, and you upgrade your weapons through runs. And I would make that the core game of Marathon. I would just switch. I'd get rid of the extraction shooter that nobody likes. And that it's only, I would keep it in. I would keep it in for the 15,000 people that still want to play it. But for the casual fans, I would make a roguelike out of this. That's what I would do. Anyways, moving on. Why Gabe stopped making games. Project lead designer on Portal 2, Josh Weir, spoke out about why Gabe Newell stepped away from game development after Portal 2. The problem is that because Gaben's status in the company, people just began agreeing with him with everything that he said. Instead of treating him like another collaborative voice, people would just agree with anything. Which is kind of a problem when you want to make like a good game, but like you might not have a great idea, and people are just like, yes boss, that's a great idea, we'll get that worked on right away. I imagine this probably happens to a lot of studios that have like a good game, and then everyone's like, why did the sequel suck? It's because the person who made the good game before doesn't have any pushback from any of the creative voices anymore. Now everyone's just agreeing like, yes sir, we'll do it. And, you get a good game by having people say like testers or like other game developers say like, this feature is stupid, like people aren't gonna like this is a bad idea, we need to change it. If you don't have someone like that on your team, and you just go ahead and make every single idea that comes to mind, you're not going to have a cohesive and good game. It just won't happen. So it's actually kind of smart that he stepped away from making games when he realized that's the culture that's becoming built around him. Here's a quote from Josh Weir, where he says he always wanted to be part of the team, but being Gabe and being in his position, being in his position that never really worked, because people would be like, whatever you say, and he was more like, no, I want to be part of the team and come up with ideas. That was really hard for people. So I think there was a period where he stepped back and was like, all right, I guess I'm just not going to be able to interact with everyone that way, which is kind of sad. Gabe is a good guy. Gabe is a smart guy. That's what I will say. I don't even know if he's a good guy. Like, I'm sure he's got a bit of a shark in him if he's made as much money as he has. But he's a smart guy. And he seems to be very happy with he seems to be like a gamer. You know what? I'll say Gaben is the kind of guy I imagine plays a lot of video games. So he understands the market. We have Gabe Jesus poster in our department, our office. I do like Gaben. I will say, Steam is considering they have a monopoly, they're a shockingly good-hearted company, and I am afraid, because Gaben's an older guy. God forbid he leaves us, too soon without like a good, say Gaben passes away and we don't get like a Tim Cook level replacement. A lot of people thought Apple was dead after Steve Jobs passed away, but then we got Tim Cook, who was arguably better, and smarter, and made most of what Apple is today. I don't see that happening with Steam. I'm really afraid that Gaben passes away and then someone's like, all right, let's start. We have the biggest monopoly in PC gaming. Let's start giving developers only 50-50 cut of their games, and let's start crushing the competition. Let's start getting a little bit more aggressive and competitive, and then they just ruin the space for everybody. No more free cloud saves. Now let's start. You know what? Let's start charging everyone a $20 monthly subscription to use our service on Steam. You know, like stuff like that. Stuff that just ruins the experience. That's always been my biggest fear. Like Steam turning evil. Like Steam is like literally like Superman or like Invincible or you know like any of these like these Superman likes. And then it's like then he goes bad and it's like oh shit. There's like literally no one who can stop him. You know what I mean? Like when Omni-Man went evil, it's like. Well, I guess he's going to destroy the world. There's shit we can do about it, you know? That's my fear. Anyways, moving on. I think that's all we have for our gaming news this week. Yep, we're going to our community time. Our community, message of the day is adapt and overcome. And here's a quote by Stephen Hawking saying, intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. And I thought this was a really important thing because there's a lot of waves in the gaming market right now, and it's hard to tell where you're going to go. Everyone I talk to about, you know, technology and AI and whatnot, everyone feels unsure about things. But as long as you have this intelligence of an ability to adapt, I think that things will work out. And I know that's just kind of a blanket like nothing statement, but it's true. It's really important to be able to flow with the punches and find demand in markets as they change. I think it's important to embrace AI, especially. I know a lot of people are like, they don't like AI, they have issues with it, they especially don't like generative AI. That's fair. Like, you don't have to like it, but like, so there's an old story I used to hear about where people in offices would not want to switch to computers because they liked their typewriters more. And they were afraid that the creation of computers would kill the typewriting industry. How many people do you see using typewriters today? Like in a serious way, not like a joke, not like for a bit. You know what I mean? Don't be the typewriter guy. Don't be the guy who's like, I'm not going to use it because I think that it's, more artistically representative of me to not do so, or I think my values align better with the typewriter. Don't be that guy. Like, I totally agree. I'm a very stubborn person myself. I really like the authenticity of certain art forms. I'm not saying to get rid of that. I'm just saying learn the new tools and be prepared for the change. Learn how to type on a computer. Learn how to use a computer instead of a typewriter. Even if you like the typewriter more, just don't be the guy left behind. That's all I'm saying. That's what I think is important. And the thing is, AI right now is like, it's like unregulated peptides or like steroids. And like imagine we're Olympic athletes right now. And there's this new thing called steroids. There's no rule against it. Everyone's using it, so the people who are using it are dominating. Don't be the person who doesn't use it. Honestly, and this is a bad analogy because steroids fuck with your body. Obviously, AI is not gonna make you, impotent or something. But just don't be the guy who doesn't like learn how to use it, because people who are using it are going to step over you. They're gonna make you look like a fool. And it's just, in an industry that's as competitive as game development is, you just can't be the one not using the newest tool. That's just the way I feel about it. When we're looking at things competitively, it doesn't make sense to not try to adapt to it. Anyways, moving on to our highlight, going to Kezi's shop system. I don't know if Kezi's here. I haven't seen him. Kezi has this new shop system that looks really sick. So he's walking up to a food shop guy, and there's different items you can buy, which is like cool, but it puts a little physical like model, and it even has sound effects on it. Here, let's pause the music. Listen to this. You hear that? It's got like little physics sounds. They're like little physics props. That's so cool. I love this idea. love the cabbages because they're like Half-Life props. You can hear them constantly like hitting each other and making the sound. It's just so funny to me. That's just really cool. I just realized these are not like sphere colliders. These are like mesh colliders on the actual fruits. You see that? Like even the cabbage doesn't roll like a perfect sphere. I wonder how resource intensive this is. It's very cool though. Kezi's always very creative. I'm back. Welcome back. Got it. What was that background? Was that the League of Legends TV show? Arcane? Anyways, moving on to Clarent, who's been working in FL Studio. I had been showing Clarent actually how to use FL Studio, so this is really cool. I like very cute. Very cool. It's very early. I mean, I showed him how to like he didn't know how to like set up a pattern and add a pattern into his timeline or his playlist like literally maybe a day ago. But and it's hard to see because this is covering it. But there is one issue I want to let you know, Clarent, that I noticed. So typically, oh, it keeps dimming it, but you see where your lines are? You're making a pattern that's goes to the 5th line. Typically, every single pattern should be about 4 in configurations of 4. That'd be like a full line. So you're doing 5, 10, 15. Wait. 5, 9, 13. Wait, did these get smaller? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, are these ones 4? What the fuck is happening here? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, maybe these are 4 lines each. Oh, maybe you're right. I don't know why your lines look weird. But they have colors now. They do have colors now. That is huge. I can show something that I've been working on in FL Studio. I know, old school FL Studio. I got a copy of this forever ago and I just can't upgrade. I've been using this since like 2012. Let me count. Oh yeah, it does. 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes on to the 5th. Oh, I see. Because it starts at 1. Never mind. I was miscounting. You're good. Yeah, no, you had it right. When I was showing you how to use FL Studio, you had been doing like 3 lines like this. It was like 1, 2, 3. You want to do 4, but it looks like you figured that out. So never mind. But yeah, this is something that I've been working on. This is a remix of this other song that I made. That was something I lost the file to, and I wanted to try to recreate it, and I couldn't quite get it for years, but I think I got pretty close this time. So this is the song. So that was lost to time. Just could not find the project file. Well, I know what happened to it. It was deleted. I had to reset my PC and I didn't back it up. New version, I guess. And so I made a remix of it. I reverse engineered it to the best of my ability and came up with this. Cool thing is I actually sampled the original song that I was trying to recreate here. It's kind of a remix that comes up around right here. Oh, sorry. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I just realized it's really loud. That's it. So this is actually a soundtrack that I'm working on for Endurance. So this will be one of the tracks, and this is supposed to be a Halloween themed one. So this will be like hopefully there'll be like little pumpkins and stuff. I'm not sure what I'll do, but it'll be all Halloween themed. It'll be really cool. It's still a work in progress. Not quite there yet. I made this I think yesterday or the day before. So like I made this in like a night. So it's still not quite there yet. There's still a lot that I want to work on. Like I don't like this transition right here. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more here. I also want to add a little bit more complexity to the beat because it's kind of the same beat throughout the entire song. I'd like to change something towards the end, right around here. And also we have some bass guitar, and I want to add a little bit more complexity. I want to do the da dun 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 dun, or something like that. But right now all we have is. Which I like. That's great for the opening, but we need to like kind of pump it up a little bit. I did try a couple more takes, but I was really tired and I didn't quite play it correctly. By correctly I mean like literally, like like insta frame perfect to every single note. So as you can see on the bar, let's zoom out a little bit because it's hard to tell. On the bar we hit it, so we're a little bit early here, a little bit early here, but perfect right here. So it almost lines up perfectly. So even this is not like frame perfect, but it's close enough to where you literally wouldn't be able to tell on the metronome. See, it's like pretty close. But yeah, being metronome perfect is very important to me. And one thing that I found that I do very consistently is when I'm playing just one bar, I'll play it and then I'll slow down at the very end because I'm like, it's like the same voice acting thing. If you ever have like a voice acting gig and you need to do a thing where your character cuts off, you're like, what about the you can hear it in the inflection, like the person knows that there's nothing coming next. So you have to kind of trick your brain into like expecting to play it again or expecting to say the next word. So like, what about the you have to kind of like trick yourself into not saying what about the and you can tell that that's like not like a dash, it's a period at the end of that sentence. I just found one of my songs I made on crappy app I got. On a crappy app you got. That's cool. Hopefully it's not crappy like the app. But anyways, that's the end of our gaming news. I just wanted to share a little bit of FL Studio with you. That's kind of a little bit more impromptu. That wasn't really expected. I'm not trying to flex on Kieran or anything. Kieran literally started learning yesterday, and it's really cool that he's coming along pretty well. Like he's figuring some stuff out, which is really cool to see. And we will watch your progress with great interest. So Kieran wants to make original soundtracks for games, which is a great use of FL Studio, might I add. I've been typically kind of the sound guy for our friend group lately, and it'd be nice to have other people making music as well. Especially because like music, there's like no right or wrong way to do it. Like typically people think like, oh, like this person's better at making music than this person, or like there's even like the sort of like scales, and to a certain degree that might be true, but there's always different elements and styles that people bring to the table. Like there's some things that I just won't be able to do that other people do. That's why I really like Ghost. I really like his music because like I don't think he's necessarily, well, I would say he's better than me, but I think objectively there are things that I can do that he doesn't kind of have a style or a vibe for. And I think that we have our own unique values in that sense. Like he's really good at transitions. He's really good at complexity in music, and I'm really good at making very simple but like loud, like in your face kind of styles, which is like different styles for sure, but we all have our own like unique things that we bring to the table. Anyways, that's all we have. I'm gonna edit now. I'm gonna stop yapping, and we're going to send this over to YouTube so so Mo can watch the VOD. Hi, future Mo. Goodbye, YouTube. I'm just waiting for Kieran to say. He's not saying anything. I know the fuck YouTube is coming. There it is. Stinky YouTube. French YouTube. Goodbye. Bye.